The secret of making progress is to get started. Mark Twain said those words many years ago. And ladies and gentlemen, friends and neighbors, I'm excited to say that we've gotten started. We are now 31 days into this administration. We've now finished the month of January, which is hard to believe. And we've identified throughout the campaign and in my inaugural address some key areas of concern that we were looking to address by this town board and this administration. And I am proud to say that within our first month in office, we have tackled and accomplished quite a bit. And today is meant to be an update of the month of January, of what we have accomplished together and what we are moving forward with. So, again, we identified some key areas: parks and infrastructure revitalization, restoring management and accountability to town hall and to our town government, and enhancing your quality of life. All very key and important issues facing our town. Starting with general town housekeeping items. We have moved forward with now ensuring that all town employees clock in and clock out for accountability reasons and for safety reasons, to know who is working. That was not previously done. We cut back on excessive overtime and clerical work, again ensuring that all of our employees are being treated fairly and equally. We have saved town taxpayers $13,860 by drafting and legislating all of the resolutions for our town board meetings in-house. And that is done between my office and the town clerk's office. Previously, the town was spending $200 per resolution. So that is a huge savings. We have a new team with us here in Town Hall. You might have heard at our last town board meeting, we introduced a new town attorney, Mike Ligori, of the firm of Hogan, Rossi, and Ligori. They are a new firm, not based here in Dutchess County, with no political or other special interest connections. So they will be bringing a fresh perspective on land use and municipal law to the town of Wappinger. I'm also proud to say that we have a new town comptroller for the first time in quite some time. In Jessica Servideo and her team, we are moving forward with new internal policies that I will be outlining here today. We've also hired a new personnel assistant who will get us back on track with our human resources, civil service, policies and procedures, and will be a great confidant for our employees to go to in times of need, learning about their retirement, healthcare, and so on and so forth, making sure that we're in compliance with our own employee handbook as well as union contracts and collective bargaining agreements. I'd also like to welcome and acknowledge my new assistant, Caitlin Abashanab, who has been a tremendous addition to our town hall team. And I thank all of the residents and fellow co-workers who have welcomed her with open arms as well. If you ever need anything, please stop by our office. In addition to this team, we are also going out to bid for the first time since 2021. In fact, the last time our professionals were appointed by this town was 2020. So with that, this town board moved forward with a request for qualifications, an RFQ, for various town positions, including attorneys to the planning board and zoning board, engineer to the town of Wappinger, and town planner. Again, there is nothing by law that states that the town has to do this, but in a good effort to get a wide range of candidates, we are moving forward with this process. And again, looking outside the realm and hoping to bring a fresh perspective to the town of Wappinger with some of the many issues that we're dealing with here in the town. Another internal change, we transferred our banks and our bank accounts per resolution adopted here at the reorganization meeting, adopting our various depositories for town funds. We have changed banks. Rather than having all of our money in one location or millions of dollars stored in one location, to be safe, we have spread it across various bank accounts, including one bank, which we will now be collecting $60,000 a month in interest. This was money left on the table in the past, We will now be using this money to reinvest back into parks, infrastructure, and other much-needed capital infrastructure improvements here in the town of Wappinger. And again, by diversifying across various accounts, we're protecting our taxpayer dollars. Moving on into our planning and zoning and building department, we have increased the efficiency of the building department by working with Barbara Berti, our Director of Strategic Planning and Municipal Codes, to automatically grant building permits for heating, boilers, furnaces, AC units, etc. When your furnace goes down in the middle of cold winter, the last thing you should worry about is waiting 2 to 3 weeks for a building permit. Now, you will be able to go right into our code enforcement office and obtain that building permit. Obviously, you'll have to have the unit inspected following, but the last thing you should worry about is having to get a building permit and whether you will be approved or denied. So again, looking out for our residents here and being more efficient. We also put a stop to the additional fines and fees for 2024 that was imposed previously during the building permit amnesty period. It was supposed to be this year in 2024, additional fines and fees were going to be hit upon our residents, and we have stopped that. We encourage everyone to close out your building permits, but again, it should not be a financial hardship or hassle to you. I'm also very proud to say that we appointed a majority to the planning board. In fact, the first bipartisan planning board in quite some time. With that, we also implemented training, the first training for our planning board and our zoning board of appeals since 2016. Now both of these boards, bipartisan, are fully trained to be experts in their field, to handle the difficult cases that come before them, and to be knowledgeable in our comprehensive plan and our town code. So that is very significant there. As you know, parks are a very, very important item to me. And we have worked to both streamline efficiency within the department, as well as move forward with getting projects done out in the field. In working with Sal, our Assistant Supervisor of Buildings and Grounds, we have instituted work orders for the Buildings and Grounds Department. Never done before. This way we can keep track of what are our problem issues within the town and within our parks and facilities. Keeps a good record and keeps that department moving forward. We also, which is very historic, authorized funding to complete the Challenger Field. The Challenger Field out at Robinson Lane Baseball Complex is home to our Challenger League, a co-ed program that houses those of all abilities, handicapped, special needs, so on and so forth, to play baseball and to get out there and be treated as everyone else. This is a project that was started in 2005 and is now being finally completed. The infield was completed in 2015, but a concrete curb was out in the middle of the field and the outfield was grass, which made it very, very hard and very dangerous for our players to go out there and play the game. Again, not handicapped accessible by any means, and now this historic investment by this town board, and I'd like to thank Councilman Casella for heading this up, will finally complete that field and make it safe for all who use it. We also started in-house projects. Our Buildings and Grounds team is very handy and well-trained. We have started in-house projects such as replacing the falling ceiling in the administration building at Carnwath Farms Historic Site and Park. That will allow that building to be used by community groups, scout groups, so on and so forth, for activities, meetings by the community, rather than being shuttered away and locked up. Again, Buildings and Grounds is currently undertaking that, and they will be moving on to other facilities, such as Schlott House Park, to clean up that house out there, as well as some of the facilities in the park there. Those items that we identified here under parks are all under the Greater Wappinger Infrastructure and Parkland Improvement Act, which I announced during our inaugural address. Another thing under recreation, I'm proud to say starting February, we will now be going digital as well as print with our senior citizen quality of life newsletters. To ensure that all in our community are aware of the programs and activities and events that we have in our senior center, we will now be sending this out to our email list. We encourage you to sign up to Wappinger Delivery as well as Wappinger Recreation. They have MyRec. This way you can get these newsletters sent directly to you. If you, a loved one, family member, that would be interested, if you know them that might be interested in taking part in some of these programs, I encourage you to print out that newsletter, send it on, forward it, and make sure that they're kept in the loop. Our senior center has a great deal of events and programs, and we're going to be expanding on those to be true activities for senior enrichment. Our town is truly blessed when it comes to our highway department. We have a great team out there under the leadership of Highway Superintendent Mike Sheehan. I've been meeting with the Highway Superintendent and our Highway Department union leadership regularly since taking office on January 1st, especially when it comes to strategy. And we've had a few snowstorms since I've taken office and winter weather. And we have been working consistently with the Highway Department on moving forward on better plans, strategy, and so on and so forth on this. We'd also like to acknowledge our neighbors to the south, the town of Fishkill, who lost a plow truck due to a fire last week. Our highway department stepped up and offered mutual aid to the town of Fishkill, and I would like to thank them for stepping up to the plate and taking care of our neighbors to the south, just as I'm sure they would if we were ever in need. Going along with the highway department as well, I'd like to note that we saved $25,000 of taxpayer money in putting a stop to the excessive spending out at the highway garage reconstruction project. Previously, the town engineer was the project manager, which did not allow for the best accountability on that project. In doing so, we have now turned the reins over to our highway superintendent and our team here in Town Hall to better keep track of what's going on. We've saved $25,000 by doing work in-house to give our highway department employees a safe and comfortable location to have a break room. As you know, when they go out on these long nights, snowstorms, extreme weather, they are here, often working many, many hours, 24 hours in a row. Right now, they currently sleep in the truck bays of that garage. That is changing due to the fact that we are building them a new break room out at the highway garage. And by doing that work in-house, we will be saving the taxpayers $25,000. Again, a long overdue topic. Under public safety, the town board has moved forward with new street lighting along our Route 9 corridor. Unfortunately, our town has been plagued with a number of pedestrian versus car accidents along the Route 9 corridor. To better prevent this and to better illuminate our streets and highways, the town is moving forward with street lighting along the Route 9 corridor south of Old Hopewell Road. We are also now doing an internal analysis of other areas and intersections throughout the town that need street lighting. Again, we are the smallest geographical town in this county, and yet the second most densely populated. So with that, we have a lot of cars, we have a lot of traffic, we have a lot of people that are in our area at one time. It's our job to keep them safe, and additional street lighting will do that. We've also met with the Wappinger Patrol of the Dutchess County Sheriff's Office to move forward on new targeted patrols. Whereas before, the Wappinger Patrol would go along on a checklist and check in on various properties here and there, the town will continue to do that, but we'll be doing targeted patrols on various town streets, such as Kent Road, Spook Hill, and others that have been plagued with speeding and reckless driving for many, many years. We are also moving forward, as I mentioned during our inaugural address, with flashing digital speed signs, which will also hopefully slow folks down, and other safety measures as well in working with our highway department. Many of those improvements will come during the springtime, but the targeted patrols will be starting sporadically and on a constant loop very soon. So we are excited and grateful to our partnership with the Dutchess County Sheriff's Office for that. Also, in working with our colleagues up in county government, particularly legislator Rob Faust, we are now moving forward with school zones in and along the area of Myers Corners Road. We are plagued with, again, high speeds of traffic and consistent congestion of traffic, and we need to be making sure that our students and our residents are safe. By doing this and identifying school zones in the area of Roy C. Ketchum High School, we will be able to slow down traffic and have additional safety measures put in place at those intersections. So as I've outlined here today, we've accomplished quite a bit. I encourage you to sign up for our Wappinger Delivery email blasts and alerts. When I said that we were going to hit the ground running, I meant it. A lot of the internal procedures and policies that I outlined, you might not be seeing just yet. But the overall cost savings to taxpayers and the overall benefit to you, our residents, will be seen over time. We will be moving forward with new projects and initiatives, and we will be identifying key areas of concern over the course of this administration to mitigate. With that, we're also looking forward to enhancing and promoting your quality of life to the best of our ability. We want you to be proud to live here in the town of Wappinger. And working with our Arts and Culture Committee and working with our First Saturday Wappinger Committee and in tying in our Recreation Department, we will be moving forward with new and exciting events and opportunities and programs all throughout the town of Wappinger. And I hope that you will consider joining us on some of these initiatives as well. I would like to note and close with the town of Wappinger is proud and excited to participate in Congressman Pat Ryan's Valentine's for Veterans program. We encourage you to write a handwritten note or just come down to the Senior Center and decorate one as well to our area veterans. Sometimes a handwritten note can go a long way, and we owe them that debt of gratitude. So this will be the first of many times that we will be chatting, and we want to use this as a way to update you on the most key items facing our town government. Again, I hope that you stop by our town hall. My office has an open door policy, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.